Welcome back to From Frost to Fruit, subtropical fruits in a temperate climate in Melbourne. We're episode 4 today, and we are smack bang in the middle of autumn, as most of you in Melbourne have obviously felt the weather drop. We've experienced this week our first frosts in the mornings, and average temperatures are now in the morning dropping to about probably 8 to 10 degrees. And night temperatures are definitely hitting about the same temperatures too. So yeah, it's definitely out of the summer period and out of the 30-degree plus weathers, but we're still showing some positive signs so far, and obviously the protection that we've set up, and with these being under this pergola, we are affording some protection to these tropical fruit trees. So today we hit about top of 18, and currently it's about 20 to 5, and underneath here, if I just show you the temperature at the moment, about 23 degrees. So I think that hit about 28 degrees under here today, so that's pretty good. So the tropicals got still an extended period of heat, despite the weather changes. So anyways, these guys were all looking pretty sad. Obviously with the amount of rain we got, I was able to water, give them a drink with that rainwater, and obviously we just came back from Cairns, so everything was a bit more thirstier than what they normally are. But I'll just start off anyways with the jackfruit, the silky one. As you can see here, he's doing really well. I think he's put on a lot more growth since we got back from Cairns. This leading branch here, as you can see, is continuing to grow. And even though we're hitting the cooler temperatures, he's still trying to shoot out some new growth, even on there too. So I don't think he'll be growing too much more in the next couple of weeks as the temperatures plummet. But you know, we just keep watering because they get really thirsty in the pots. I've noticed, especially with these little pots. I haven't moved him from that little pot, but I've noticed that they really need a drink rather quickly compared to when they're in the ground and whatnot. So eventually I'll move him to a larger pot, but I'm probably looking at around late spring, early summer 2027 before I do that. Moving down, I just want to show you the first Paxton Prolific that I got ages ago. Obviously, I'm not sure if I showed him in episode 3, but I did move him into a pot. He was looking kind of sad, so I've cut him back quite a bit and given him some seaweed solution, and he's doing alright now. So he's made a bit of a comeback. Obviously in winter I don't expect too much, but they're in a rather larger pot now, so that's good. We pan across, what else we got in this pot jungle here? Brazilian cherry. I mean, not too much to report. Again, not too much damage. Just loads of new growth. It's looking pretty healthy, so again, not too much to report there. The KP seedling, which we got last year, he's doing really well now. He's made a full comeback. The leaves on them are quite big, and he just keeps shooting out new growth there, so that's really awesome. Really happy with that result, considering he was almost at death due to my inability to cover him, and obviously being busy with other things that get in the way. But anyways, he's making a full comeback, and he's protected with some of these higher canopy sort of trees. So happy with that, and he'll remain there for the duration of winter and autumn, obviously. Panning down to the lower canopy, another one that's making a bit of a comeback now is the Allspice. So he was actually doing really well for like 3 years, and then all of a sudden he had a freak out and he just went backwards and dropped all of his leaves. So He's now made a full, not a full comeback, but he's definitely making a comeback. Got loads of new growth, especially on the bottom trunk there. So that should be good, and he'll remain covered too. So the scented leaves have come back, which is really nice. If you ever get a chance to get an allspice and smell the leaves, they're really good. Alright, let's move up. The papaya, the banana's looking a bit sad, needs a bit of a water. I'll have to move these eventually into a larger pot. This is too small for him, but anyways, bananas are bananas. The papaya, now from memory, this papaya is a yellow, I'm going to say bisexual yellow. No notable damage at all, still new growth there, and I think I can attribute that to protection up the top, and obviously because, like I mentioned, it gets to about 27, sometimes up to 30 degrees, so the weather forecast for next week is low 20s, so 20, 21, 22, so this will easily hit over 30 in here, so still pretty happy with his growth, and nothing much to report there. The Barbaco, it's going to be yellow. It's a bit weird. I don't know if that's got to do with the sun, him being too close to the ceiling, to the laser lights, but I think that was more shock, because if we come up here, all the new growth that's coming out is all it's all pretty green. So yeah, Barbaco again, not too much to report. We have got our Keat Mango. I think this is scale, by the way. I'm not sure. One of you guys can actually tell me. He needs to be moved into a larger pot. Again, spring, summer, 2027. But he's no damage at all. No notable new growth, but again, he's fine. He's still in that pot that I got. I haven't moved these guys out of a pot, and I don't plan to move them again, like I said, till next year, so they can remain in there. What else? We got another Paxton Prolific, which has done well. That was one of the new ones that I got from Ross Creek earlier this year. He's doing really well too, so same thing. He's in a pot too, and yeah, he's going to remain there. So like, as I'm sort of going through these, as you can see, there's not massive amount of damage so far. I know the weather's been pretty mild in terms of it being cold, and that's obviously apparent with the trees. So one thing I have noticed, actually I'll show you on my second jackfruit, which we'll get to. I'm just going to remove these gingers out of the way. We'll go through that in a second. This papaya, another yellow, I think. He's doing pretty well. No damage at all on him. The leaves are pretty big, and he's showing pretty positive signs of growth. So he'll stay in that location under the coffee trees, which are also doing really well too. Yeah, he's broken a few leaves. Attribute that to the dogs, and for chasing away the possums that crawl on the roof, and then that's the end result. But that's alright. Leaves are not the end game of a tree. Again, he's doing really well, so the trunk is pretty thick, so happy with that. Now we'll move straight along to the jackfruit that I was talking about. Have a look at the leaves. I don't know what is going on here. The leaves are just dropping. Is that too much water? Is that location? I'm actually not sure what's going on here. Like, is it stress? I don't know why it's doing that. But then there's new growth here, so it's freaking out and leaves are dropping. So stress of some sort. Like, as you can see, it's got me a bit worried. Like, the leaves are just falling off. They're not doing too well compared to the other one. Like, as you can see, like, these are just, I don't know why it's doing that. The soil is dry. It's not too wet compared to when the leaves sort of they wilt when they want water. So I do give them water when they want water, but then I don't know why it's doing that. Any of you know? I've just pulled off a leaf here. Good one. I have no idea why it's doing that. If any of you guys know why it's doing that, please let me know. Because it starts like that. Is it too much water? I don't know. The other one's doing fine, but this one's lost a lot of leaves. Then it's not stopping growing. So I don't know. I might have to Google it, AI it, and see what's happening with it, because I'm not too sure. The other one's perfect. But anyways, such as it is, it's what happens when you try and grow these plants here. You get success and you get some sort of concerns and failures, so take it as it comes. Now this is a red lady papaya. So I think, yeah, if you have a look at my previous ones, previous episodes rather, you'll be able to see the difference in terms of the leaves. It's meant to be a more cold hardier type of papaya, and as you can tell, the leaf on it is different. But we're going to do, obviously this is the big experiment, see how they go. I know they're still in pots, which will obviously help their cause, but at the same time we are still in Melbourne, so see how they go. Coffee is doing well, really glossy. Hopefully they'll fruit next year, come summer, considering the size of them. And look at the growth on it. The coffee's beautiful. Like, honestly, everyone should grow coffee. Not just because of the beans, or the actual fruits, but just the aesthetics of them. They're really nice, really glossy when they're healthy and when the new growth comes out. So they like a shaded position, coffee, shaded warmth and humid position. And these guys are really thirsty. They're always wanting a drink. So I try to give them as much of the rainwater as I can, and then when I can't, it's city water. So we've got pepino in a pot for now. Pepino is fine. We've got our star fruit, which is starting to lose a bit of its shine as we're going into winter. Looks a bit sad now. I think the cold's starting to get to it. I might move it out of the way, out of the cold, but it is protected by a lot of the higher canopy up here. But again, I might move it to the back just to give it a bit of extra protection. We'll see how it goes. Any extra protection is good protection. The guava, which is the Hawaiian guava, it's doing fine as well. No notable damage yet. It's expected that these guys will lose all their leaves come winter, but that's obviously expected. But so far so good. We've had like I said, a pretty mild autumn, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then we've got our citruses, kaffir lime, which I don't know if I can see it. It was here before. There it is there. Pretty big fruit there on the kaffir lime. We use that for the leaves for cooking. We've got our KP, which is actually doing well, actually, considering it's right at the brim there and open to all the elements. It's actually doing pretty well. So compared to the star fruit, it's doing way better. So there you go. We'll have to move some stuff around again, but we're just gonna have to see how it goes. Another yellow bisexual papaya. No notable damage just as yet. Still in the early months, so we will have to put and look and just keep updated on it. So that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. Like I said, we gave these guys a bit of a water, so they're looking a bit better. They were looking a bit wilted a couple of days ago, and I was pondering when I was going to do another episode regarding them. But the biggest test is just around the corner now, with winter sort of just knocking on the door. This will sort of be the ultimate test as to whether these guys actually do better under this protection. Obviously we don't want them to die or anything like that, but you know, they are in pots, and we'll just it's all a big experiment really. So my biggest worry was this jackfruit, so I don't know what's going on. I think that's water damage. I reckon that's water. I think that's too much water, which is kind of weird because it sort of goes all limp. The leaves go all soft. Looks like it wants water, and then see, look, the leaf just comes off. So I don't know, unless I move them to a better position, which this guy is here, and he's doing way better. He had a similar thing, as you can see there, but he seems to have pushed through it. So, but overall, that's just pretty much how it's looking at the moment. The ice cream bean is flowering at the moment, which is a bit of a weird time for the ice cream bean to flower. I can show you that. Just cut the grass. That's all looking pretty neat and clean at the moment. But that's going crazy at the moment, the ice cream bean. There we go, some fruit here too. So I don't know how that's gonna... There's fruit everywhere actually, now that I've actually come out and have a look. Look at that, there's fruit everywhere. I don't know how that's gonna span over winter. It's trying to shoot through fruits during winter. It's not gonna happen. I don't think so. This tree's got a mind of its own, but we'll let it do its thing. If it thinks it can do it, if it thinks it can handle the cold, well, then go for it. But I don't believe so. You're fruiting at the wrong time, mate. That. So I don't know. I haven't tried an ice cream bean just yet, but the tree's grown significantly large. I love it. It's probably one of my favourite trees. And if you've got the space, I highly recommend it. It just adds this element to your garden, this tropical element that you don't really get from your other tropicals. So I don't know, we'll keep you posted on this ice cream bean too. I'm yet to try an ice cream bean. Would love to. They don't sell it in the markets, but well, we'll try it one day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, if you have a look over here actually, before we go, there's a loquat's actually flowering too. But a loquat's different though. They flower at these times so that they fruit really early. So come mid, I'll say, what are we in now? May. Yeah, by spring these guys are actually are fruiting. So they're the first cab off the rank. And one interesting thing as well is you've got the bees, which are cool. The bees are actually pollinating them, which is awesome. I don't know if you can actually see it, but you might see a few. But that's awesome to see, you know, in autumn, going into winter, this cold weather, the bees are actually pollinating them. But that's pretty much the episode. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update for episode 4 and see, you know, as we're going into these cooler months, how everything is sort of looking, how everything is sort of spanned over the last couple of weeks. Like I said, we've had a really mild autumn, I want to say. So we haven't noticed too much major damage, or very minor damage at all, if anything. But yeah, I'm gonna start reporting start of winter because the temperatures are definitely dropping now. So it's going to be interesting to see how we all go. But I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching, and leave your likes and your comments below. And stay tuned for winter 2026 episode 5, which will be in a couple of weeks now. We're around the end of May, so winter starts in June. I'll catch you all then. Bye for now.